The superstorm that's wreaked havoc along the New South Wales coast is again threatening Sydney, the Hunter and the Illawarra region, with residents bracing for more wild weather. Emergency services have described it as devastating and relentless. Cyclonic winds and rain have been battering the region for more than 40 hours. 3 people died at Dungog in the Hunter yesterday, and there are unconfirmed reports that 2 people are trapped in a car that's been swept away by floodwaters near Maitland. Fire and Rescue New South Wales says a search is underway for 2 people in that car that submerged on Cessnock Road at Fishery Creek. The SES has received more than 8,000 calls for help, and 200,000 homes and businesses are without power. For the latest, we're joined now by reporter Anne Barker, who's on Sydney's northern beaches. Anne, what's the situation this lunchtime?
Nicole, where I am right now in a suburb just north of Mona Vale, there's a house that is at risk of collapsing down a hillside here. You can see behind me it's a timber weatherboard house right up a hill where the owners apparently had excavated under the house, apparently to make room for a garage. They'd been excavating before the rains began. Unfortunately, the rains have come at a very bad time for them, and even as we've been standing here, we've seen bits of rock, bits of house kind of flying away from the building. Apparently the neighbours heard the first signs that the house could give way last night. There were people in the street about 8:30. The owners are not obviously in there now, and I don't believe they were in there at the time, but certainly several houses on this street have been evacuated. Police are worried that if this house does collapse, if the rains resume again sometime this afternoon, that not only will it endanger the people immediately around, but it could take other buildings with it. I think at this stage, as I said, the rains have eased, and it's really dependent now on just whether the rains begin again and just what engineers might be able to get in here and do.
And the quality of this picture is not the best, perhaps because of this wild weather that Sydney is experiencing. But what are you hearing? What areas are authorities most concerned about today?
Look, we were at Manly Dam earlier, just south of here, and there was an absolute torrent of water going over the wall from that dam. The dam itself...
We appear to have a problem with that line there to Anne Barker on Sydney's northern beaches, where we know, of course, that wild weather is battering that area and much of New South Wales. We also know that the New South Wales Hunter Valley has been particularly hard hit. 3 people are confirmed dead in Dungog yesterday, and another 2 are believed to have been swept away this morning.